Hey there, ladies. I wanted to come on today. I felt inspired to chat with you about this topic. I'm just going to move my finger because I have a habit of doing this and then no one can hear me. And it's really just about a shift. So I wanted to just get a little bit vulnerable here with you guys and share a little bit about my story in hopes that perhaps it resonates with you, and then you feel like you have something that you can relate to as well. So I haven't always been in a place where I was able to just be active and feed my body and not really worry or feel like I was thinking about absolutely everything that I was eating or counting. Well, actually I never really counted calories, but I looked at fat content. I used to be really obsessed with it. And eating low fat, low fat, low fat. As a matter of fact, I love avocados today. And back in the day when I went on my very first vacation to Mexico, I loved tortilla soup, but I would always tell them to leave the avocado off because I was so afraid of eating that extra fat. And so part of that shift is just education, getting yourself to a place where you are learning the right strategies, learning about the right foods, learning about good fats, bad fats, and just letting go of dieting altogether. It's really hard for me when I am sitting in a restaurant or a cafe and I hear women talking around me about this diet that they're on, or no carbs or high protein. It's just tough. It's tough for me to listen to, and it's really hard for me to just shut off because I know what a painful place that used to be for me, where I was depriving myself of foods that I was eating, worrying about everything that I was eating and how it related to what my body would look like. And I can honestly say that it wasn't until I moved to the Kootenays and I left my hometown and I went through some other personal transformations and learned a lot about myself with regards to doing inner work, that I was truly able to just let go. And perhaps that was also being so close to nature and being able to just get out and be in nature and go for hikes every single day, as opposed to living in more of a concrete jungle. I didn't really have such easy access to that. And so here I just feel more free to just be able to go out and do things that I love. In order to carve out time to do that, then that means that I'm not spending a ton of time in my gym downstairs and doing things in front of a mirror with weights, and instead I'm just living my life and I'm enjoying it. So what came along with that as well was just releasing the need to know exactly every ounce and every morsel of everything that I was putting in my body and thinking about how that was going to impact me. I've just gone through a shift in my life in the last couple years, especially with my yoga teacher training, which I've talked about before, as well as the coach training that I had, and looking at health in a very different way. What I found was that eventually you just get yourself to this place where you are more focused with doing activities and putting into your body things that make you feel good. Because when you feel good, you want more of that. You do what you need to do in order to have more of that. And depriving yourself of food and being on a diet never makes you feel good. And it's not, I heard this actually in that movie Embrace that I had shared with all of you. It's not you who has failed at a diet, it's the diet that has failed you. And all diets will, because almost all, I'm going to say all, but I would, say maybe the major percentage of them are depriving you of the calories that your body actually needs. And there is no one size fits all. There's not one diet that works for absolutely every person, because we all have different bodies. We're all made up differently. We all have different nutritional needs, and portion sizes are different for each and every one of us. And so really getting yourself to a place where you are in tune with your body and with what your body needs is where you're going to create that shift. And so there's a couple of tips that I wanted to share with you, which I believe I've shared with you in past articles and musings before. But the number one thing is increasing the amount of mindfulness that you practice on a day-to-day basis in everything that you do. So being mindful, especially when you're eating a meal. So I know for myself, I used to be in a real big hurry every time I ate a meal, and that required that I ate fast. I usually ate standing up, and I garbled down my food so quickly that I didn't have a chance to know whether or not I had consumed what I needed. And it always ends up leading to overeating. Once you get yourself to that point where you're feeling like you need to unbutton your pants, you've already gone too far. And so checking in. Give me a heart or a thumbs up or comment below, even if you're watching this later, if this resonates with you, if you experience this, and maybe some of the things that you do to be more mindful when you're eating. So chewing your food more slowly, taking little sips of water in between bites, but not too much water, because actually having too much water with dinner prevents us the ability to digest our food properly. And breathing in between bites, just really enjoying and savoring the food that you're eating. Hi Deborah, super awesome to see you. Happy Sunday. So yeah, just give me a hell's yeah if this is like really vibrating, if this is really resonating with you, and you kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about. The other thing is to drink more fluids during the day, so staying hydrated. Staying hydrated actually helps you regulate your need for hunger, or your need for food, or regulate your hunger during the day. There's a lot of times where we feel hungry for reasons that are not attached at all to our body's need for food. And so just doing a check-in with yourself. Am I really hungry? Did I just eat 30 minutes ago? Maybe I just need to have some water or, drink a cup of tea. So mindfulness is a really big part of it. And making sure that you're eating foods that you enjoy. If you're following some weird diet plan and it's got you eating all of these foods that don't make you happy, then don't eat them. Find a way to eat health-conscious, nutritious foods that are going to feed your body, but also feed your soul, and make you excited about, being mindful about your nutrition. And number 3 is have fun. Because if whatever it is that you're doing in life with regards to your activity, the foods that you eat, is not bringing you joy, then you're not going to continue doing them. So make sure that whatever it is that you have planned is realistic, that you're not just setting yourself up for failure, that you're not just doing the fad diet that everybody else is doing, that they're all saying, I had so much success. Because if you follow all of these things, and your number one goal is to be joyful in whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to succeed in your health goals. And it's not going to be about how much weight you lose. It's not going to be about what you look like in the mirror, or whether or not you're meeting the expectations of some societal norm. It's going to be that you feel amazing in your body, that you love what you're doing, that you can get excited about moving your body in the ways that you are, and that you're not feeling like you're depriving yourself. And always remembering that you need to have enjoyment with food. Food was meant to be enjoyed. And so you need to have those days where you have, meals or desserts or cocktails with friends, so that you are feeding your soul. And it needs to be, no guilt attached. You need to check guilt at the door when you're going to do that, because you're feeding your soul. There's nothing that you should be feeling guilty about, and everything in moderation is a good thing for you. Unless, of course, it's not. But I'm not talking about food, but, everything in moderation is generally a good practice, especially if it is making you happy and you're living your life. So I just wanted to come on today and say that it is possible to get yourself to a place where you're just living your life based on the things that make you feel happy. So you're active because you're doing things that bring you joy. You're being active and doing activities that make you feel happy, that make you feel invigorated, that make you feel as though your soul is lit up. And you're eating foods that are healthy and good for you because they keep you on that continuum of feeling good. Whenever we eat foods that aren't health conscious and nutritious for our body, and we eat them too often, we start to feel sick. We start to feel really crappy and sluggish. And so that's a really good way of checking in whether or not, you're on the forward trajectory that is going to be best suited for your body and getting you to the place where you want to be. It's just about healthy living, and with that comes healthy mindset and healthy heart. So keeping all of those things in mind, I hope that this serves you. And if you're watching this later, and if any of this resonates with you and you want to share your story, I would love to hear from you. So just practice being more mindful, doing and eating things that fuel your body and fuel your soul and make you feel good and excited and happy to be alive. And with that, you're going to find your shift. So I hope this serves you well. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. Take care. Bye-bye.